The Kawasaki VERSYS 650 is awesome on the street, but how is it on the gravel? Let's find out. Oh yeah! This is what I love about my VERSYS 650! When I bought the Kawasaki VERSYS 650, I test rode it first, and I was not prepared to fall in love with it. I really wasn't. I've had a lot of motorcycles, and I've test ridden gobs of motorcycles, so I wasn't really ready to be like, oh my gosh. But man, it corners like a beast. That Ninja 650 motor, when you get it through the mid-range, lots of torque. 70 horses on something that weighs 480 pounds wet is an excellent power to weight ratio. It's a simple matter of weight ratios. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 2-pound coconut. I wasn't prepared for how good it was all around, because you're comfortable while you're going quick. We're gonna see how it does on the gravel and on the road. Here's my full take on it. The trees, they're all dead, Dave. Let's go up in second. There we go. Oh yeah, tracks pretty well. 110 would be better. And a little bit taller would be much better. But the 120 is doing fine. 17 inch, not doing bad. This gravel's much thicker over here. Yeah, if you have to do this, you can. You totally can. Buzzing along pretty good here, actually. Pretty good clip. But even if you're just sitting down, you get a foot down on it. I'm telling you, this thing is really quite good. Wow. I had no problem on the gravel, and the suspension travel is really good. So, there you have it. Yeah, you can take it down the fire roads. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you had to do that for a couple hours, you could. You could do it fine. Just be careful. You know, let the bike track. Let it track a little bit. Kind of guide it where you want it to go. But no, this thing did great. This thing did just fine on gravels. All right, let's take it on some twisties, see how she does. Let's go for another ride. And this front fairing does provide downforce. That's what it's there for. I'm not saying it makes a good adventure bike, because you'd want the exhaust up high. You know, the exhaust is sitting low to the ground on this. Probably not a good idea. It'll suffocate itself pretty quickly underwater. I wouldn't go through any fields. Oh, Norwegian blue. Lovely plumage. The plumage doesn't enter into it. This parrot is dead. It is no more. It is an ex-parrot. It's not dead. It's pining. Pining for the fields. Oh yeah, this is what I love about my VERSYS 650. Listen to that soundtrack. This thing is so darn good. And the throttle response is quick and precise. I mean, just look at the cornering. You just can't get enough. Oh, look, a field. Okay, I'm going to say it. Elephant in the room. How come this bike isn't more popular? Because I'm enamored. Well, you want to talk about a great commuter. Oh my gosh. Kawasaki. Genius. Absolute genius. I've never been on something that's this comfortable yet this maneuverable. You know? I mean, if my ZX14 was this comfortable, oh my gosh. So I can't even imagine, if the 650 is this good, I can't imagine how good the 1000 is. It's got lots of torque. It's torquey. It's got great pull. And it's instant. And it's through the low and mid-range, but you know, even if you wind it up a bit, it's still quite good. I mean, you're like F1. You're like You feel like you're Max Verstappen on a motorcycle. It just corners so well. Of course, I want to thank my British, my Australian, my New Zealand audience, as well as my American audience. Thanks for the subscribers. That is really cool. I really appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, wow, just airplanes. So you're going out in the country, you know, you got some gravel, you got some pavement. That's what this bike is perfect for. A little bit of both. I missed the ferry. I'm gonna be late for my wedding. And actually, if I were to take this Kawasaki VERSYS and ride it down this boat ramp down here and then hit this button, this bike would actually sink like a stone, which is a feature on all new Kawasaki VERSYS 650s. I'm 5'9½", so if you're an average sized person, or if you're a tall person, you'll absolutely love this thing. But you know, even at a light, I'm not super tall, but I can, you know, I can sort of get my foot down, put both feet down. So I've been managing it very well. What I would say is that, if you're afraid of a tall bike, I would say the benefits of a taller bike outweigh the negatives. If you're a commuter, for sure. Your sight line's higher. In the rain, the spray is down here. It's not getting you as bad. You're still going to get some, but it won't be like if you're, you know, your bumper level, your face is just above their tire, you know, on a normal sport bike or whatever. The height definitely has advantages, in my opinion. Throttle it too hard, and many polar bears will die. Throttle it judiciously, and many, many Icelandic birds will live. That's my owner's review of the Kawasaki VERSYS 650. Great all-around bike. Good for pretty much anything. Checks off all the boxes. For you locals, that's my favorite corner in the world right there. TG MotoRider signing off. Your arm's off. No, it isn't. What's that then? I've had worse. You liar! Come on, you pansy!